Last is I went to the theater and saw Alien Romulus. Now, I could go through a whole review here. There might be spoilers in here, so beware. Go through a whole review here. I generally think people are loving this movie quite a bit. I think they're liking it as a popcorn version of the Alien franchise. You know, you go to an Alien movie, you want to see a bunch of alien stuff, you want to see facehuggers, you want to see, xenomorphs, you want to see eggs and acid blood and, people having to survive and so on and so forth. And it does all those things. And I think, why did I not like it? I think that's probably more helpful because if some of you are thinking about going to see it and you may like it, or you might be on the fence as well. I think the problem I had with this movie is that if it had just been hey, we're going to just come up with a situation that forces a group of people into a setting where they're stuck and they have to escape with some aliens, and let's, wind it up and let it go. I think I would have been fine with that. It might not have been my favorite alien movie, but I would have been like, that's a cool little alien movie. That's a cool alien movie with some neat effects and some neat cinematography, which it has all those things. It gave me what I wanted. It hits all the beats, all the tropes that you expect from an alien movie. If that's all the movie did, I think I would probably be like, 3.5, maybe even 4 stars on this movie. Probably be middle of the pack. I would probably like it quite a bit. But what this movie does is it takes that and then it just slathers it with member berries and slathers it with visual recreations of moments from the other movies and ideas from the other movies and characters from the other movies and lines of dialogue from the other movies. It's like they really can't trust that the basic setup of an alien movie is enough to entertain people without having to give them like all of this stuff to just make sure they understand, like, remember all those things that happened? Wasn't that cool? Don't you feel awesome because now you've seen that or heard that line? And that every time that happened, it just brought me more and more out of the movie. So by the time I was probably, I don't know, 20, 25 minutes into this movie, I was starting to fall out more and more and more. And by the time they brought in once again, I told you there'd be spoilers. By the time they brought in the Rook Ash hybrid character or whatever, it was just like, wow, no, no, no. You are literally reanimating the corpse of a dead actor just for this role. Plus, I read that originally was not what they were going to do there. They originally had it as it was going to be Mother, just the operating system of the ship, that would be essentially filling that role. But instead, they had to have this, recognizable character from the franchise. They had to bring them in. And then, like any old white guy, I need to have a conspiracy theory. I think conspiracy theories are kind of what we do these days, right? Which I hate. I hate conspiracy theories. I think the world's run by them right now. But I'm going to throw one out there anyway. See how I am? I say I hate them, and I'm going to do it anyway. What if this movie is Disney cooking the frog and we are the frog? What if they're testing the waters with this movie to see if we will lap up AI written and produced and created movies? Now, I know that's not what this is, but think about it. They basically decided, oh, we're going to really tout the practical effects. We're going back to the old way of shooting this and blah, 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 blah. They touted that a lot, right? All the while, they're making the story as derivative as humanly possible. So you can appreciate the technical stuff in there, but you're kind of dazzled by that and you're forgetting like how there is nothing, like no style piece, plot piece, character piece, story piece that isn't basically cannibalized from one of the other Aliens movies. So if not, in thinking about that, imagine this, like Disney could be like, if we basically made this exact same movie, but we had the technology to essentially just type in the elements we want of this movie, and then it would just steal it from all the other movies like AI does, steal all of the looks and the sounds and the dialogue and all that, and cobble it together into this new thing and call it a new Alien movie. That's essentially what you get here. You just get it made by real people. But there's only one step away from what the AI would do with this movie. And essentially, you'd probably get almost the same result. And that's like one of the reasons it kind of just drove me crazy. It just feels like they just are picking the bones, and just assembling this. I think I mentioned it before, assembling this Frankenstein puppet of a movie, and that's essentially what you got here. It's like all these things. Let's get them all together. Let's push it all together. I mean, at one point they literally have the original xenomorph from the original Alien movie. In this movie, has its harpoon still in it and is hanging from the ceiling like a chandelier. It's like, hey, remember that? Now it's just a prop setting. It doesn't even have its own movie anymore. So that's why I was really, I think, annoyed by this movie. Um, uh, yeah, I just. Oh, last thing, talking about the AI and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I know that's old man worried about AI. Whoa, you know, but I think the idea that they would love to have us all accept movies that they wouldn't have to pay actors for, they wouldn't have to like get all these actual practical effects. They could just have something where they could just have somebody plug in enough prompts to get a result that people would pay money for. They would love to do that so much. And the last thing I would think about is this. Disney, more than anybody, I think probably the most consistently, has resurrected dead actors or existing actors that aren't that age anymore, has resurrected them and thrown them in their movies purely for fan appeal. They did it with Luke Skywalker in The Mandalorian, young version of Luke Skywalker. They did it with um, Carrie Fisher, obviously, in the Star Wars movies. They did it with Peter Cushing, Grand Moff Tarkin, in the Rogue One movie. And of course, in this movie, they do it with, oh my gosh, I forgot his name. The guy who plays Ash. He's an awesome actor. He was also in the Lord of the Rings movies. Um, sure, they might get permission in the family, but still, it just feels gross. Anyway, I'm 2 stars in this movie. I think it's going to age poorly. Oh, I didn't mention Kaylee Spaney's great. David Johnson from Rylane, great. They should have been in a better movie. Um, 2 stars. I think it'll age poorly. I think 6 months from now, a lot of people are going to look back from this movie and think I had a great time with that movie. And the more they watch it, the more people are going to be like, there's nothing here, man. There's nothing here. Sure, it's a great if you want to throw it on the TV while you're doing something else and just cooking or something, but this is not a good Alien movie. I'm sorry, it's not. Nothing original. Okay, I babbled on enough. This is my sick head is not working well. Anyway, talk to you all next week. Hopefully, we have some more great movies to bring you. Of all the movies I saw this week, once again, I would say either Sugarcane or Army of Shadows. If you've never seen that, is a great kind of a go back and watch a classic movie kind of movie. All right, guys, talk to you soon.